Now, today on Perry Stone, he's talking about the word GD, right? Now, the problem is, Jesus himself said, he that believeth not shall be what, Perry? Damned. So if Jesus himself said, God damn the unbeliever, you could say, God damn the unbeliever too, right? Because they're damning themselves by not believing in God and Jesus, right? Now, that's what it means, though. If you don't want to use the word GD, you don't have to either, by the way. But it's self-righteousness if you condemn your brothers who do use the word, right? It's like Romans 14. If they're saying the word by faith, right, Perry, right, you can't condemn them, right? You're their brother, right? And the same thing is true if you don't say it, right? I can't condemn you for not saying GD either, right? Do you understand what it means, that, right? If you're saying it, it's by faith that they're doing something wrong, right? By not believing in God, they're damning themselves. You're saying you're being damned by God, right? You're being God damned, right? Now, the Bible never said you couldn't say that, right? Just like it didn't say you can't use the divine name, Yahuwah, or Yavahuhi Akkad, right? Ooh, ooh. Now, it ain't telling you can't use the divine name, Perry. It's saying if you use it, you gotta use it in the correct way, right? That's what the Jews are confused about. After Daniel, they quit using it in Malachi, right? From Malachi to Christ, they didn't use the divine name, right? They got to the bad habit of not using it, right? They replaced it with Adonai, right? That's a sin, Jews, right? Whether you acknowledge it or not, right? The Lord also gave you an easy way to learn it again through Malachi, right? What is Eliyahu's name? Eliyahu, right? What are the consonants? Y, H, W, H, right? What's Moses' name? Moshe, H. What's Sarah's name? Sarah. So what's the divine name? Yahuwah. He never hid it from us. No. Satan is. He don't want you to use it anymore to save yourself. They that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Right. Not those who deny the name of the Lord. Right. Now, when you go Yavahu he Akkad, you're saying breath instead of in, right? Because it's VH, right? Now, the breath is the feminine soul, right, in the body, right? When you take in a breath, she enters the body and goes to the mind, right? The mind and strength is the male, and the spirit and mind is the female, right? In the male. So we're androgynous by nature, male and female, right? Mom and dad, right? Not dad, not mom, right? either, right? That's where you get confused, right? Now, if you say goddamn, say it by faith. If you don't say goddamn, same thing. You don't have to say it, right? Either. But don't condemn those who are able to say it or not able to say it, right? See, either way, we're not to condemn each other as brethren, Perry, right? Do you understand, right? Because Jesus said, damned shall be those who do not believe, right? You're being damned by Satan, right? And he's their God, right? And their God is damning them, Perry, right? To hell with it. Do you understand, right? Now, I'm not saying you gotta use that phrase if you don't want to use that phrase either, right? But you're nitpicking, right? You're condemning your brothers who do know what it means to say goddamn, right? And those who don't know what. That's the problem, right? See, you were taught that as a doctrine, right? And you can see the doctrine you're preaching it from, right? But there's also a doctrine that damns people, right? And you can say God is damning you, right? That's what you're saying when you say God damn, right? You're damning something, right? With God, right? While that person is doing that wrong thing. Now that don't mean they can't repent, right? That don't mean they can't. Do you understand, right? Not to condemn you for not saying it either, right? I can't do that either, right? I can't condemn you for saying it or not saying it as long as it's by faith, right? Okay? Right. You know what I mean? There's it, right? He's saying not to say it by a faith, right? But God ain't a name, it's a title. It's an English understanding of El. El is more a title, right? Than Elohim is more both all the gods, right? And Elohim in chapter 1 created the heavens and the earth, right? The three in one, who appeared to Abraham and Sarah, and then when Jesus became two more people, right? Before Peter, James, and John, right? What we're doing is confusing a masculine trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost without Mother, Daughter, and Holy Ghost, right? So you can't have the female independent of the male or the male independent of the female, right? They're not without one another, right? In the Lord, in His body, Well, his wife's name, Jesus is within him, is Mary Bell, right? Like my ex-girlfriend, right? Because that means to rebel from Baal, right? Or Baal, right? It's another epithet of the female side of God, right? She's the queen of heaven, right? He's the king of heaven, right? And they're in the same body and they're one mind and one accord, right? We're double-minded, right? When we follow Satan, we're confused by it, right? Now, you're not damned if you do or damned if you don't, Barry, right? All the time either, right? Unless you damn your brother, right? For using a word you don't like, right? See, the word ain't the problem, right? The condemnation of the word is, right? When God said you are condemned or blessed as well, right? You believe or you don't believe, right? Right. And if you don't believe, even if nothing bad happens to you, you're still doing wrong, right? And even if nothing happens to you till you die, you still can die and go to hell, right? Right. With Satan, I'm saying. That's always been the message of Christianity: repent of your sins, right? Now that don't mean I don't tell gay people you're supposed to be gay or straight, right? You're better off to be straight than gay. You are. But by permission, right? If you're being like a unit, right, and you're trying to not have children with a woman, right? God may allow you by permission to be gay, right? It's again an alternative lifestyle to heterosexuality. It's all you got, right? We're still not to condemn people by our knowledge, right? Because that knowledge can be tainted by Satan too, right? Oh. But it's your knowledge that is wrong. That's how it was taught to you. It was taught to me the same way. I know what you're talking about, right? You can't use this word. You can't use that word. That's censorship, though, too, Perry, right? Satan censors a word, right? Jesus explains what the word means and allows you to use it if you're using it in the correct sense, right, of the use of the word. If I'm saying, God damn it, right, what am I damning? Something that's wrong, right? It's not wrong to say, God damn that thing, right? You're doing or don't do it, right? It's a damnable thing, right? It's how you use the word, right? That makes it a sin or not a sin, right? Mm. Now, if you take it too far, you, like the Hebrew people, can't even say the divine name anymore, right? That's taking religion too far, right? But there are scriptures where God blesses and curses, right? Right. If you bless, you're blessed. If you curse, right? Well, the way to get out of that is only bless, right? If you condemn, you're condemning yourself, right? But if you forgive, you're forgiving yourself, right? You understand, right? Now, if you condemn me and the girl was 15 and working in a job she wasn't supposed to work yet, right? She knew better too, right? Now, when we're alone, though, that's when the temptation between me and the girl thinking she's 37 really happened, right? If she consented to the sex, she still knew better, right? Yes, she did. Yes, it is. You're trying to put it all on me because I'm 53. That's not enough, right? I know it ain't. Can she know, right? Not to sleep with the 50-year-old man? Yeah, yeah. She also knows not to sleep with me, right? So if you're condemning me because I'm 50, right, and not her because she's 15, you're selectively choosing who you're condemning, right? That's Satan, though, Satan. Because I'm not trying to be with her, she's 15, right? I can be with her, she's 37. I can't if she's 15, right? And that's what we would go to the office anyway. I'm trying to figure out her real age, right? And she might have told me she had the license in the office. Come up with me to the office, and then I'll show you the ID, right? Right. Okay, so when we go up to the office, though, she can get the ID in the office, right? And start seducing me, right? And I give in, I still think she's 37, right? Though I also tell her simply, if you're 15, I can be with you. I can't be with you if you're 37. I can't, right? See, once I tell her that, and I'm alone with her, right? Who's manipulating who still? She's manipulating you, right? Mm-hmm. Because he is equally put, right? If I'm not supposed to sleep with her at 50, she's supposed to sleep with me at 15 and lie about her age to sleep with me or seduce me, right? She's manipulating me then, right? Without proof of her age on site, right? Which all she got to do is say, I left this ID at home, right, right. Which is easy to do, right? She didn't think she would need it today, or she wrote in with someone else, right? Then she's making the excuse, right, to be with me, to be with you. Do you understand, right? Not me to be with her. She's 15, right? I'm not manipulating her, though, right? She also has the right to not sleep with me, as I have the right to not sleep with her. She's 15, right? And I wouldn't have slept with her if I knew she was 15, right? That's the bottom line, because Shane Lee said so, right? I wouldn't have slept with her if I knew she was 15 for sure, for sure. Because you didn't. I'm not psychic to know she's the one you meant, right? Or not, right? And like other women who slept with me like that, I didn't exactly have proof of their age when I slept with them idiot, right? And from the first girl on, right? I didn't go around carding every woman I had sex with, right? And come on, come on. But if she's driving a van or she's in this job she's got to be 16 to do, you also give her the benefit of the doubt. Right, right. That she wouldn't do that either, right? She didn't have to sleep with me either, right? If she did, it's further blackmail, right? See, blackmail is having something over the other person didn't know you were really good at age, right? It's like in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, right? Once the guy found out the girl was underage, he had to quit dating her, right? Kind of simple as that. If I knew she was 37, either way, right? I could be with her or not if she's 15, right? But if she's with me, she already knows she's 15, right? I still don't know that, right? See, the manipulation comes from the person who knows they're lying, right? Not the person who doesn't know they're lying, right? I'm just trying to find a girlfriend then. And the Bible does say you can have premarital sex, right? If your intent is to marry the girl. And it was, and it was. And it was to marry all the women I had sex with before marriage, right? But you broke off the engagement, Sheena Johnson, for example, before I could legally marry you, right? So I had to let you go. Right. You chose that for us, right? Over my love for you, where I still was begging you to marry me, right? Until I met Daphne, right? In fact, the last letter I sent to you was in February when you would have had the child if we had had sex. Letting you go. Dude. Because I refused you, because you refused me, right? As your husband, right? The daughter can also refuse the marriage, right? Not just the father, right? And your father wasn't involved because he was trying to bless you, right? Or have sex with you, right? So it was between me and you, that's why I was asking you to marry me, like I did, right? It says to ask you, right? You're the daughter I gotta marry, right? So I asked you, not your dad, dude. You're old enough to make that decision yourself. Like, now if you marry me in Portsmouth, right? A month after we met, right? Why she needed a husband to get her daughter from her mother, right? Not because she loved me, not because she wanted to have my son, right? Necessarily either, right? But because her mother made her have to find a man on the spot, and she fit me, right? Good or bad, it worked out, right? Hopefully, right? Then you're trying to act like I'm touched my stepdaughter sexually, right? See, I could touch her to help her pee, right? Or go to the bathroom, right? Do you understand, right? I can't touch her to have sex with her. And never would, and never would, right? That's what I'm saying to you. I don't know what I did, right? But I wouldn't go beyond touching her to help her pee or go to the bathroom or take a shower or something, right? Even if I don't remember what I did with her, right? That's all I'm saying, right? And you won't get it. You're trying to condemn me for it. You're not my God to condemn me. You can't condemn me for it, right? I was myself anyway, right? Even if I thought she had to pee on, needed to dress her and smell her and make sure she didn't pee, right? Or didn't need a bath with me, right? And you go and you walk around the couch like I told you to see if she could be used to growing naked, right? And shower with you, right? There's a reason for all that. I know. It's not just to have sex. Now, by the end of it, I'm wondering if she's coached and asked her who showed her that and probably said grandma, right? Another reason you can't convict me is she brought a third person in, right? Oh. Well, you know, one way or the other, you would arrest me. Right? I don't know. I'm guessing. Because if she didn't say grandma showed her that, you would arrest me. If she did, you can't. Right? If I asked her, hypothetically. Right? What I'm saying, though, is if she did all that with me, I would also ask her at the end who showed her that. Right? Because I know that's not 4-year-old behavior. Right? None of it. Even waking me up ain't 4-year-old behavior. Right? But not going to pee would be the problem, right? Or me and her at the time, right? Then all I can think is, well, did she already pee? Is that the problem, right? You see what I mean? It's my attitude towards her and your attitude towards me being a 24-year-old man, right? That creates the problem, right? You don't care if I was just trying to make sure she didn't pee either, right? To you, that's pedophilia because I undressed a child and tried to spell it right. No, it's not. No, it's not. Legally, as her step parent, I can do that. I can do that. No different than the stepmom changing her, right? That's the point, right? The step parent can also assist the child to go to the bathroom or take a bath with her, or bathe her himself. Yes, I could even change her and dress her and teach her to tie her shoes, which I don't know, right? If it went that far with grandma yet, but those things are legally things I can do, right, with any child that's under my care, right? Male or female, and not supposed to look at it sexually, nor are you, nor are you. Certain things at that age involves dressing the child, bathing the child, helping the child pee or go to the bathroom, right? Because if I just met her within 4 days, I don't know her potty training with grandma or how advanced she is or if she pees the bed or anything like that. I told you before my stepbrother peed the bed for a while, even after he became towards the adult age, right? But we know why now he was necessarily part of the family. Right, right. His mom was with another man, and that man totally abandoned him. Right? But Big Roddy believed Little Roddy was his, right? And that's why he named it Little Roddy, right? Right. Then maybe Mark is really big Roddy's, and Renee really big Roddy's, but not Little Roddy. But through Little Roddy and Mark, right, he's still a stepchild to Roddy and my mom and my sister, right? He's not related to us that way, right? But he's a step brother still, right? You understand, right? If you have someone who's not related to you, and you're married to that person's mother, right? He's still a stepchild to Big Roddy in us, right? But not biologically Big Roddy's, right? So then he's a step son to Big Roddy, right? Mark is his son, right? And then Renee is his daughter, right? Well, that's how that works, right? Going down the line, right? And then he's my step brother still, because I was never related to little Roddy or Mark, right? Right. Exactly, exactly. And we're all different, dude. Hell, this is morning here, right? Whatever, whatever. It ain't gonna change overnight, though, right? And it ain't receding. Receding means it's going up into the forehead, like Fleetwood Mac, right? You could tell if it's receding, right? You ain't gotta tell me it's receding every day to harass me about it, right? And you're just doing it to harass me about it, right? And I'm not any more upset than any other man would be, by the way, if you kept doing him the same way, whether it's receding or not. You're being rude, right? Most people don't do this every day to somebody, right? Who's a nice person, you're being mean, right? And you know it, and you know it. It's like the stepdaughter issue. You won't really let it go, right? When all I'm telling you, I could have done is something legal, right? Even if she woke me up late at night, right? Or not. And I don't really remember it clearly either, right? Though you're making me think something could have happened, like I said, right? That I don't fully remember, but I also know I'm not in a position to do nothing with her. But help her pee or take a bath, right? I might could have done those two things without remembering it, right? Because something you do with your sister that you might not remember, but you know you did it probably, right? You probably changed your sister's diapers, whether you fully remember it or not, right? You probably bathed her, run her a bubble bath, right? And watch her get in the tub, right? And made sure the bath water wasn't too hot or cold for her, right? Those are things you do with your sister or your um, stepdaughter that aren't a crime, but can be misconstrued by the people you're around if they're trying to think you're a pedophile, right? Which are two different things too, right? Mm-hmm. There's being a good parent, right, or being a bad parent, right? And a good parent knows the child could have to pee, right, late at night, right? Versus, I'm trying to have sex with her because she's a female in there with me, right? Those are two different mindsets, and I would behave differently for both, right? Another thing you gotta see is if she can handle taking a bath or a shower with you. And that's why you undress too, right? Not to get, so she can see you naked, right? But to see if she can handle nudity with a grown man, right? While you're showering with her, right? Hello, you gotta get naked to get in the shower with her too, right? And that's what I'm talking about, right? I can explain my behavior and it makes more sense than that if this is what you saw, right? Or not. If you're trying to entrap me, right? That's still entrapment if it only happened once, right? You're not letting me be a normal parent there, right? And I'm not being normal, myself, right? But I'm also not doing a crime, right? Just because he's dating so either, right? You can't make it what it's not, even if the shipmates are writing cheating letters for you, right? I told you that too. I don't type well. Nope. I still gotta correct my mistakes, right? But the thing is, if they're typing for me, they too know I'm probably not a good typist, right? They might mess up intentionally too, but how did they do it, right? How I would actually mess up or how they think I would mess up, that's different too, probably, right? I bet. The problem with writing someone from a command or a ship is you don't know unless it's my handwriting who wrote what, right? Anyone can type up a letter on the ship and say it's me, right? And you don't want to concede that, do you, Captain Gary, right? See, reasonable doubt means what, right? I can give you an alternative explanation, right? And you can't not allow the alternative explanation to what I was doing, right? If it makes more sense of what you're saying, right? And you're actually seeing the video of what me and the child actually did, right? Even sticking my tongue out has a reason if I eat pussy. Or lick the pussy first, right? I know. right. Mm-hmm. I know what I'm trying to do if I'm doing that, right? And eat the liquor, right? It's the smeller, right? But it's to show a difference between doing that with a child versus an adult, right? With the adult, you just go in and start licking, right? right. Now, usually with the woman, I'll start top to bottom, right? Kissing to blowing in the ear, the right boobs, the end of the vagina, right? I know. I know. And then she kissed me, or I kissed her, baby. It's how you would normally seduce a girl, too, or a woman, too, right? And then he kissed me, and then he kissed me, right? Mm-hmm. Or I'll start blowing in her ear, right? Like with some of the girls at the massage parlor, right? But if she acts like she don't want to do it, I'll stop. I'll stop. But if she acts like she wants to do it, and I think she's 37, I don't think I have to stop, right? And see, then she knows she's really still not me. Still not you. That's what entrapment is. You're corrupting that minor, right? It's like in The Corrupter with Chow Yun Fat and Mark Wahlberg, right? When you sleep with an underage girl, right, like in the movie, right, or one of the prostitutes, right, even you're still letting yourself be corrupted if you're a police officer, right? And you don't stop it. Right? It's still a crime. It's still a crime. hmm It's also a crime for the girl to sleep with the officer. You understand? Now, how do you come clean though? You tell the girl to you, right? That's how you come clean. You say, well, she did. She this together. 37, right? So you should. Even if I'm with Frederica or Tina, right? The two Asian girls next door, right? What am I doing with them, right? Still trying to find a girlfriend, but not sure I'm with Frederica or Tina, right? But then you're blacking me out after I'm with them too, right, right. And it's within, if we're having sex, the time I'm in the restaurant, and I'm in the restaurant over an hour, and sex don't take but a few minutes, right? Even oral, right? And sex itself can be within 5, 10 minutes, or less, or less. Mhm. It's not the amount of time that proves sex or not either, right? I can also make sure I don't even go near the bathroom and eat slowly. And it still take almost an hour, right? And I'm making sure I'm not going to go even near the bathroom. I did. Like with Anna, right? Which is another girl I'm not sure of. It's right, right. Recently. But I still remember her, and I still know her. And I might have knew her. I might have knew her. But I'm not sure of her age either, but I would ask her that at least in the bathroom. In the bathroom. Then I thought she was old enough, or she told me she was old enough, right? See, again, right? To do good is on both parties, or evil, or half and half, right? Right. There you go. Mm-hmm. Now, he has an unusual hairline, right? You see on one side, on the side. But it don't mean it's receding. I've seen him this way before, right? Every time I see this pastor, his hairline is weird in the front, but it still looks fine, right? On both sides, right? So I would say his hairline's not receding. Not receding. Though it looks odd in the front, but that's all I know. That's all I know. Right. Right. It looks like it's just combed differently on the front. Right. Right. And a little longer on the front than the sides. Right. But the sides look fine. Right. There's no problem. No problem. See, like my hairline, right? The height is on the right side only, but the low is on the left side, right? Left, right. To you, it looks right, left. Right. It's called a mirror view, right? This is my left, though. This is my right, right? And I forgive you, right? We know not what we do, gay or straight, Jew or Gentile, bond or free, right? But those are sex acts we can do with or without permission, right? Condemnation is from the devil. Forgiveness is from God for all sins, right? Condemnation for all sins is from Satan, right? There's two gods, right? The God of this world, right? Present day, and the God who created the world, right? Heaven and earth, heaven and earth. Jesus represents that God too, in human form. Right. And he's the firstborn of every creature. Androgynous, male and female bird. And he can metamorph and morph. They couldn't quite recognize him after the cross either. Now that either means he was beaten so badly they didn't recognize him, or right, he's healing, or both, or both. There's other reasons you might not recognize someone after a brutal beating and crucifixion, right? But at the transfiguration, he were this figure or form, transformation, right? Right. And Satan himself is transformed. It's a skeezy word. It's a schizo form, right? You know what skeezy means? Yeah, that's what skeezy means, right? It's a deceptive form. And Satan is telling you he is in, right? But here's the point. Perry don't have to say the word if you don't want to say the word, but you're not going to name your brothers who did, right? It's like eating meat, Perry, right? If you are saying goddamn, right? The word itself, right? It's just saying God condemn or don't condemn, right? Now, if you're being perfect, God never condemns. You're right? Only Satan condemns, right? But if we're sinning with Satan, we're condemning ourselves by condemning our brothers, right? So you can't condemn those who say the word either, right? Or you're damning yourself too if you even think the word, right? If you think the word Perry before you say the word, and you condemn your brother who says the word, you condemn yourself, right? It's like a married person who's committing adultery in his mind, but still with his wife, right? You're still committing the adultery in your mind, right? Even if not physically doing it, right? That's what you got to repent of too, condemning your brother for the same sin, right? Of adultery, right? That's what Jesus means, right? But if God only blesses, then Satan's the one cursing. But when we curse with Satan, he becomes our God. We die with him, and we die with him. No. Okay.